Hey everybody, remember my beautiful garden I had this summer? Well, it's been neglected. Here's the asparagus. You can barely see its poor little pitiful self. Working on that next week. What I've been trying to do today is reclaim the strawberry bed. Look at this mess. There's a, oops, stuff on it. There's a, oops. Can't get my finger off the camera. There we go. There's a nice tomato. We'll take that. Got to pull the tomatoes out. Found some onions. But look at this. If I can find where the camera is. There we go. Look at this mess. Isn't this horrible? But if you take your time, this is what I have done today. This side of the strawberry bed has been reclaimed. It made some babies. We've replanted some babies. There's one. I haven't cut its little umbilical cord yet because it was tiny. Here's one that I did cut. Well, did cut the cord because that plant was well established. This one threw off all kinds of babies. So I'm just letting them go where they want to go. I guess y'all heard that military plane just go over. But yes, we have this much reclaimed, and now I have this side to come back and reclaim. And I noticed when I was walking in the path that is also taken over by weeds that some babies have grown over in the path. But this has been tedious because the little babies, these little umbilical cords, I call them, were all tangled up in the weeds. But when we had that pestilence, I caught that one. I heard it coming in time. So anyway, I'm going to get this strawberry bed reclaimed today and get this other side redone. Look, there's some potting soil I just never did get to. But do not panic if you lose control of your garden. You can reclaim it. Now, it takes some time because you have to untangle all the weeds. But before this day is over, my plan is to have this entire bed done like this. We have had all kinds of, I was here all last summer. We've had all kinds of jets, helicopters, all kinds of military activity lately. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you, don't lose hope. You can reclaim your strawberry beds. And I'm going to put pine needles over them and then some hay or straw over them look at that. This is just a plum tree growing in this. But I've got to get that asparagus. I went through and planted some more, so it's a little thicker than what y'all had seen it before. But that's next week's project. I'll show you the asparagus bed next week. But before I got this completely cleaned up, I just wanted to give you hope that if you've lost control, you sure can. Now this mess right here with all of these strawberries in a clump, once their roots are more established, I will go back to see how thin it is through there. I will go back and replant some of these strawberry babies once I snip their little cords. So anyway, I thought I'd surprise y'all with a video. And if I get all of this done, well, I'll get all this done. I'll come back here in just a few hours and show you what the fully reclaimed strawberry bed looks like. Okay guys, this is the final product. I have reclaimed my strawberry bed. Oh my word, y'all. Listen, there were babies tangled up. Now, these strawberries over here had gone over into the asparagus, all their little babies. Now, some of them I have cut their little umbilical cords, and some of them I haven't. Let's see, like, well, I can't find it. Like this one right here, it was just little bitty, so I didn't. So I've left their little umbilical cords on so they can establish roots. I am going to put sides on this bed next year so I can see them when they go to crawl over. There is a little baby that I went ahead and cut it. I may get some wetter dirt and put on it before I leave. But finally, now these little umbilical cords, those are all the babies that went over into the asparagus. So I didn't cut them until they get roots. Look how many onions I found. And you know these little green onions we use for scalded lettuce. Of course, some of those are purple. They dry just like any other. They dry just like any other. So now the asparagus bed is still a mess. Let me tell you, if you can help it, of course I couldn't help it because I wasn't here and it rained and I was sick. The roots for the strawberry plants were tangled up in the roots for the weeds. This took me a solid 8 hours to do. Now, I did not do the path. I'm going to do something different with that path. I don't know if I'll put wood chips or I don't know what I'm going to do. But I did take out the tomato plants. Here's another piece of a tomato plant in here, and that's because it still has the striped Roma tomatoes on it. Oh man, they're good. So I'm real thrilled with my strawberries now. And the sweet potatoes, they get thick enough that the weeds don't overtake them. Now there's some over here in the path, and then I've got a pepper plant that has fallen over. This potato died, so I don't have a potato there. I don't know what that weed is. It looks like a potato plant, but it's not. I have some Pablimo peppers, I can't ever find my finger, that are still growing, and this plant has a green pepper on it. And this one over here, it never did get real green, but it produces some pretty peppers. There's a big one. Of course, it's about to be taken over by the forest. This forest, speaking of, everything has eaten my cabbages. Let's go through the forest. Didn't seem to like the purple cabbage too much. I've got a couple of green cabbage that are making heads. But look at this. This was a potato row, and I planted some more green beans. Must have gotten that one a little deeper, and then a couple of the seeds. I had 50 seeds I put in here. Some of them didn't come up. I don't really think I have time to do anything else with them. Over here's where all of the potatoes were. Well, this potatoes were here, and over there were the potatoes. But this thing's a mess. I'm not going to be using this garden next year except for the cabbage and the potatoes over here on the edge, because the reason I had such a problem with my, let's see if I can get it in the video. I've got a power line that crisscrosses. I never even thought about that power line, but everywhere the power line crisscrosses, the plants didn't come up. So anything under the power line is going. Now, I've got a real pretty squash leaf here, but they're not producing anything. Not a thing. So I'm going to pick up my onions and take them out of the sun with me. But yeah, these were hidden in the weeds, so I couldn't do much with them. They don't have ends on them. Well, shoot, I can't pick them all up with one hand. Oh, mercy. But I took the green tops and hung them like you would just any other potato. Onion, and they did fine. So Punky should have plenty of strawberries, and I've got dead pine needles that we're going to put dead pine needles on this bed, and then I'm going to cover it with straw for the winter. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that yes, you can lose control. You can have an ugly garden, and you can reclaim it. This I dread over here. I don't know, I might let the weeds die and grab them as they start next year. I don't know what I'm going to do. But anyway, I've got another video coming up for you all. Please watch it. Please, please, please. It's not very long. It's about the air quote fog. You're gonna have to turn it up really, really loud. You won't be able to hear it, but I want y'all to hear that fog. Okay, I love y'all. Don't be scared, just be prepared. And don't freak out if your garden gets ugly. You can always take the time to reclaim it. Okay, till next time, love y'all. Bye-bye.